page you're on in your Bible. It's called Price's Law. I know you've heard of that. I know you've never heard of Price's Law. This is going to change your life if you will, let it sink in. There's a scientific dude named Price. He discovered this principle. Here's the principle. 50% of production of any domain is produced by the square root of that. Again, when you read that, here's what you want to say. You're like, the first thing that comes to your mind is, what are you talking about, bro? So now we got that out of the way. 50% of the production of any domain is produced by the square root of that domain. So, let's say you've got 4 tomato plants. Okay? How many tomato plants?
4.
And the square root of 4
2
is 2. That means 2 tomato plants are going to produce half the tomatoes, 50%. And then the other 2 are going to produce how much?
50%.
Well, that makes sense, because 2 is half of 4. Watch this. Let's change this number from the square root of 2, let's change it to a square root of 3. So 3 times 3 is 9, so the square root of 9 is 3, which means if I've got 9 tomato plants, 50% of the tomatoes are going to be produced by 3 tomato plants. The other 6 are going to produce the other 50%. Let's say I've got 4 salespeople. 2 of the salespeople are going to make half the commissions, the other 2 are going to make the other half. If I've got 9 salespeople, 3 of the salespeople are going to make half of the commissions of that sales force. Other 50% of the commissions are going to be earned by 6 people. They have to split 6 ways. So this is starting to apply to business now. Let me pay attention. We ain't talking about tomatoes. No, I don't like tomatoes. Okay,
Catching it.
Okay. So what if we go from 3 to 4? Well, that's 16. If I got 16 salespeople. 50% of the commissions are going to be earned by 4 salespeople, and the other 12 people have to split the other 50% of commissions by 2. Okay? Now, let's talk about businesses, and let's get really some big numbers here. Let's get some bigger numbers here. Let's say it's 100. Let's say I got 100 businesses in a town. The square root of 100 is 10. That means if I've got 100 businesses in a town, 10 of those businesses are making 50% of the gross domestic product of the profits of businesses in that town.
Right.
10 businesses making half the money of the whole town. Now, it makes sense for you to start paying attention to Price's Law, doesn't it? Okay, watch this. The other 90 businesses have to split the other half of the town's profits. Let me ask you a question. Which half of that do you want to be in? Right, that part. So now that I'm learning this, I have to figure out, okay, what part of these businesses do I desire to be in? Okay, let's say we got 10,000 businesses. 10,000 businesses in a country. 100 of those businesses are going to produce 50% of the GDP of that country. The other 9,900 have to split the other 50%. Let's talk about businesses in America. Shall we? Businesses in America? Okay. Here's why. By the way, there's 30 million businesses in the United States. 30 million. The square root of 30 million is 5,744. Which means, of the 30 million businesses in America, 5,744 of them earn half of the profits. We don't even have to guess if that's true. All we gotta do is think about some of the giant companies in the world. We know it's true. Right? Exactly. Google, Tesla, Facebook, on and on. Whatever. Here's the point. The other 29 million, whatever that is, 994,366 get the other half.
In numbers, it's a numbers game.
Okay, cool, Myron, that's great. great. That's a nice little beauty scientific principle. So what? What do we learn from this? Well, here's what I learned from it. Two things. Number one, mediocrity scales exponentially. In every organization, in every country, in every garden, in anything that produces anything, mediocrity scales exponentially. And excellence only scales incrementally. Did y'all get that? I'll say it again, just in case y'all missed it. Mediocrity scales exponentially. Excellence scales incrementally. Here's the question that we as entrepreneurs all must answer for ourselves and our families as we do our journey through life. Am I willing to do what it takes to be one of the fantastic few who operate from a place of excellence? Or am I going to settle for being one of the mediocre many? I promise you, the reason there's so much room at the top and the bottom is so crowded is because most people are not willing to do what it takes to be one of the fantastic few. They're only looking